So when we're talking about behavior, we're not just talking about kicking, hitting, spitting, biting, pinching, right? We're talking about anything that's observable or measurable. Sitting, eating with a spoon, skipping, writing your name, identifying colors, matching shapes. Those are all behaviors. So remember, with some of your students, it may not be as important to learn the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s as it is to be able to sit in a restaurant without screaming, or to play without throwing rocks at kids, or to sit in a group without touching other people. So your behavioral focus might not always be on the academics, rather it might be on things that are going to help the child, the family, and you. You know, I remember working with a family one time and I asked them their priorities, and I thought it was going to be things like picking up their room or riding in the car without screaming or things like that. The family's priority in reality was for the child to be able to go to a birthday party and to fit in like the other children and to play and have fun. Fortunately, with my job, I get to work with children who are aged 3 to 22. And one of the favorite things I get to do is working with PPCD and pre-K classrooms. Often I'll come into a classroom and there might be a child running, there might be a child screaming, there might be a child crying, or maybe it's all one child who's running and screaming and crying at the same time. And a lot of times we just don't know where to start. My recommendation to start would be to look for those positive reinforcers. So if you can teach the child to sit instead of running, you immediately reinforce that with whatever it is that they like. It might be a tickle, it might be a praise, it might be a little hug, or it might be a mini M&M. But remember, reinforcers are defined by their effect on behavior, and that means they're going to be individualized. So just because one child likes high fives or tickles doesn't mean all your children are going to like high fives and tickles. So you want to make sure that you have time to observe, ask the parents, ask caregivers to find out what they really, really enjoy so that you can use that to help with learning opportunities. So as a final thought, I guess if I had one piece of advice to offer a teacher, it would be to be kind and to be nice and to love kids. Kids come to school, particularly at this age, to have fun and to learn through play. So although you can change behavior by looking at the antecedents and looking at the consequences, we always want those to be positive experiences. We always want to be teaching children what they should be doing and reinforce what they should be doing, versus trying to tell kids what not to do. We're teaching them what to do so that we can bring about a reinforcer so that they can learn in a positive situation. So those are the kinds of things that make me love to come to work every day. I feel very blessed to have been able to provide this information to you. I hope it's helpful. I hope you gather 1 or 2 ideas that you can take into your classroom to help you and to help your students. Thank you.